What up, boy?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, man. That was turned out to be a pretty damn good fight, man.
Yeah, it was, man. It turned out how I expected. Except the one thing, like I always say, man, if a Brook body malfunction, Oh no.
Yeah, that was that was a good ass fight, man. It was actually a lot better than I expected it to be. He definitely he answered the questions about Spence for me. You know what I'm saying? He can take a punch. He don't fade down the stretch. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a shit, man. It's gonna be a tough ass fight for Keith when they get in there, man. Because the one thing I do know is that boy gonna keep coming.
I don't know, man. What I seen was, okay, Brook was in charge the first half of the fight, and something went wrong. And I said, man, damn, what is Brook doing? And I knew, man, when the seventh round came and Spence hit him with a good combination, like a hook. But Brook did come back at the round. I said, well, god damn, man. I said, is he all right? The eighth round, I could see Brook eye puffing up and fading. Mm-hmm. I said, man, and I heard the commentators talking about it. It was like, oh, Is that the same eye? They was confused, but it's a different eye.
Yeah.
Man, after I seen the guy eye puffy, I was like, well, he good. I didn't want to think there was something wrong with this guy eye again. Because I wanted to see how the fight will play out, and I wanted to know, was it actually that Spence was making a comeback, or was it fucking Brook body failed him and Spence hurt his eye, or whatever the case may be? And like he said, man, he said in round 7 he go with the eye shit again, man. So Brook done, man.
Hold on, dog. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boxologist, you on?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. You was dead on with this one, bro.
What
you picked?
11
round. You said 10th round knockout or something? He did it in 11?
I said nigga stopped him later around the 10th round. Around the 10th round. Nigga stopped him a minute and a half after the 10th round.
No, that was a good prediction, bro. It actually turned out to be a lot better fight than I expected, and that's what I'm happy about. We had a conversation about it. It was just so many questions that I didn't know about Spence, and I think Brook did a pretty decent job of answering those questions about Spence. I wasn't sure if he could take a punch and all of that shit, and he showed a lot. He showed a lot to me.
I don't know, man. Brook, like I said, man, Brook. First, I think he's done. I think he's done, man. I don't think he can make the weight no more. And like Keith Thurman said the first time, you ain't fought no power punches in the division, and then you fought 2 back-to-back, and then you got back-to-back eye problems, man. His body just malfunctioning, man. Getting chopped up, them long layoffs, all the pulling out of the fights. You finally come to a head, and your body's breaking down on you. And Brook is a strong guy. He was whooping Errol Spence's ass until his shit cracked again. And I said, damn, man, what's wrong with this dude in the 7th? He winning. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? And at the end, he said his eye again and started taking them knees. I said, oh, man, this nigga was this shit. This nigga was winning the fight. So,
well,
it's one of the things that it is what it is.
I wouldn't say he was winning the fight up until the stoppage. not to
the stoppage. To the 7th round where, like I told you, Errol Spence, 1 through 6, Brook was, like I said, locking him up, pushing him back, had Errol Spence backing the fuck up, and he was wobbling Errol Spence. 1 through 6, he wobbled Errol Spence at least about 4 different times. I'm like, okay, he in control. Round motherfucking 7, he get out there and get caught with like a 4-piece. I said, okay, maybe this is just Errol Spence turning it up. And as the fight go on, you could see his eye getting puffier. He started to break down. He kept pointing to the eye again. I said, oh, man, here we go with this shit. And like he said round 7, he started seeing double. I said, man, Kell Brook done. He ain't going to be able to fight. He can't go to 154. He done.
This is the situation. This fight played out exactly how I said it was going to play out. The first few rounds, up to 4 or 5 rounds, I said the fight was going to be competitive. He was going to take the time try to figure out his habits, what he do well, what he don't do well. One thing that I didn't encounter in this fight was how well Spence used the jab the first few rounds, and how well Kell Brook went to the body the first few rounds. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect him to kind of do the opposite of what I expected the other person to do. Mm-hmm. But the dude made the fight very competitive the first half round. So if somebody say Brook is done, I completely disagree with that. The dude, the second half of the fight, Errol Spence seemed to me like he figured him out. He targeted the other eye, which is not the eye that got cracked, but the other eye is the reason why the fight got stopped. So for anybody that want to say, oh, well, the eye, no, it was the opposite eye this time. And Spence targeted that eye, and he broke him down, just like I thought. He broke him down. He fatigued first. The man stopped this dude. And he separated himself from the opposition. Spence was one of the top welterweights, like everybody was saying. So Kell Brook was one of the top welterweights, like everybody was saying. Spence gets the full credit. I told y'all the man was avoiding the fight. Now we all know why. He was gonna stop him in the fight, like I've been predicting. You know, I changed my prediction a couple of times, but I went ahead and said, you know what? The way this tempo is going, he looks like he's gonna stop this dude late. But one thing I will commend Kell Brook doing, he did make the fight really, really competitive. The first, you know what I'm saying, the first half of the fight, real. The first 6 rounds, they was competitive. You know what I'm saying? He was going to the body. He was stuffing them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, it was a great fight. You know what I'm saying? And it gave you the ultimate finish. So, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to both guys. Spence is the truth. Ain't no more doubts. And, you know what I'm saying? If Spence good, it's not. I don't want to hear that shit from nobody no more. You know what I'm saying? The nigga's good. He's a champion now. You know what I'm saying? He got some of the best opposition that you can get at welterweight on his resume. And you know, like I said, it's compared to this fight, compared to all the other fights we done got this year with all the other top welterweights, this was the best one because it was competitive. And one guy ended up separating himself from the other guy before the fight ended, and he gave you the ultimate decision.
Oh yeah, it was by far the best fight in the welterweight division for sure. Brook, he definitely, I don't necessarily never think that Brook was necessarily scared. You know, he don't fight scared in the ring. I think that toward the, around the 6th round, he started to, I could see him wilting, like he was getting beat up. And the one thing that surprised me was when he was hitting Spence, that it didn't have as much effect on Spence as I expected the punches to have on him. And maybe a credit to him, you know, maybe he just got a really good chin or something, man. But I started to see Brook be more affected by the punches. And it seemed like he turned it up, you know, probably around 8, 9, and shit, you know. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Ain't nothing more that, you know, motherfuckers can't say that he ain't proved or ain't did what he was supposed to do now, so. We definitely know that.
Brook is a good win for him. Now he got the title, so we know what's next, and that's what the real fight was about. This was just a prelude to that. Brook was a solid welterweight, so we wanted to see him finally fight somebody. He finally fought somebody, and it was a lot. Yeah, you guys say it's the best fight you've seen at welterweight. That's cool. I think it was just a close, competitive fight. I seen a lot of stuff in that fight.
This year, I say the best fight this year.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it was a good fight. We talking about the fight at hand, man. We just talking about this fight. So it was a good fight. Yeah, I can't wait till he fight Keith Thurman. I mean, because like I said, man, 1 through 6, I seen Brook stuffing him. Brook was wobbling him. Brook was doing what he's supposed to do. But after 7, like he said, his eye, Errol Spence credited Errol Spence hurt the eye, and then Kell Brook started kneeling and shit and wilting, like you say, right on point. I didn't expect the dude to be cracked again. Like I say, I don't think Brook is going to be effective against nobody. Damn sure not no Keith Thurman or nobody like that. Because if you got 2 bad eyes, man, and you wilting like that, Kell Brook is used to quitting now, and yeah. I don't like the way he looking.
Yeah, I said that before.
Okay. I don't like the way he looking, man. Like, I mean, I give you the Triple G joint, cool. He was a middleweight. But against a welterweight in your own division, and it's the other eye, he said the same thing. Oh, man, it's the same feeling. But cool. Credit to Errol Spence. he got a title. He's the IBF champion. So now it's time for him and Keith Thurman to get it on. That's gonna be a sweet fight, man, for Keith Thurman, man.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to talk about that one.
Both of them niggas. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Both of them niggas cardio. Both of them niggas cardio suck, and they both are slow. They mechanical, dude. And in the middle of the ring, but hey, in the middle of the ring, it's gonna be interesting.
It seemed like both of them fought cautious to a degree, but it was like when they would fight hard. You know what I'm saying? It was like I saw, a lot of commitment to their punches. You know what I'm saying? And they was both tagging each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I done seen both of them fall up against the ropes. Both of them got knocked up against the ropes. Both of them backed the other guy up. They both stood in the middle of the ring at times. It was man. That first half of the fight, man, that shit was back and forth like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah.
Like it was like. It was competitive as shit. Like, it was so competitive. I'm like, okay, in the UK, Spence lost the first half of the fight. You know what I'm saying? But I was confident.
They said that.
Yeah. So I already knew. I'm like, okay, he has to get the stoppage. Like, I even saw one judge had it by a point for Spence by the time the fight ended. So I already know. It seemed like it was some shady shit going on with that judge. He had it in for him since the word go. You know what I'm saying? But it was good.
It was like you said. It was good. It was good at the beginning, and Brook was, like I said, Spence wasn't. He was doing a little bit, but he wasn't steamrolling Brook like he normally does, and Brook was having success. But after 7, he went downhill from there.
Yeah, but we gotta remember, man. This is the fact. I mean, this is the reality of it. As a fight fan, you want to see two guys that's competitive, but at the end, you want to see the ultimate result and one guy, like, pull away from the other guy. You know what I'm saying? We got that in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever said that Kell Brook was a bum. So nobody is going to expect for Spence to just to run through him like that. You know what I'm saying? The dude's going to give his all as long as he can give his all in a fight and make it competitive in a fight. So, you know what I'm saying? So if anybody think, it's just going to be, because this is the fact. The reality is, if Errol Spence went in there and ran through Brook from the word go, then maybe Brook wasn't as good as people thought. Maybe he was just done, completely done. You know what I'm saying? And before he even stepped in this fight. But being that he didn't do that, and being that he was competitive for the first half of the fight, you know what I'm saying? He was being Kell Brook and doing what Kell Brook does best. Then that tells me that you had two elite guys at welterweight in there fighting. You know what I'm saying? And based on experience and skills and tacticians in the ring, one guy ended up separating himself. He made a target, which was his eye. You know what I'm saying? And he targeted that eye until it shut up to where the man couldn't continue because he couldn't see no more. That's what happened. It was a good fight. It's exactly what any fight fan should want. A competitive fight with two elite fighters and one of the guys getting the ultimate decision at the end of the fight. That's what we needed. That's what we got.
Yeah, Spence got the belt now, so it's go time. So now he's in the mix officially, and now he got a good, solid welterweight on his under his belt, man. So let's go. We know what time it is next.
Yeah, with that surgery, I don't know if because he did mention having a 8 or 9 month layoff. Do you see him taking an interim fight in between? Because Thurman ain't fighting probably for the rest of the year. So if he does take a in between fight, is there anybody in particular you'd like to see him fight?
Lamont Peterson. I mean, that would be a good one. I mean, just to get your feet wet, and that's a good, credible opponent. And then I guess in the meantime, hopefully Errol Spence can take a volunteer. Hopefully, what I would like to see, man, is these guys who knocking at the door, screaming and crying for a title like 2-3 times, like Sean Porter. Hopefully we can see him fight Errol Spence, in between that. Maybe Errol Spence may have a mandatory. So we gotta see how it play out for the IBF side of the house with Errol Spence, because he got a title, he get a voluntary, and then he has a mandatory.
Right.
So he should be on his voluntary right now.
What about you, boxologist? Anybody in particular you'd like to see him fight in the interim?
I would love to see. I mean, who, Keith Thurman or Spence?
Spence. Why Keith Thurman? We know Keith Thurman probably is not going to fight for the rest of the year.
I would like to see him do exactly what he said. You know, he said he want Thurman next. He said he want Pacquiao next. If he can't get those two fights,
we know that.
Fight, I would like to see him in. Yeah, okay. So a good fight. I don't want to see him against Lamont Peterson. When Lamont Peterson had a chance to fight him, he turned it down. I know why. You know, I would like to see him fight somebody like a Bradley. Bradley said he want one title. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's to me, that's really a perfect fight. Bradley said he want one more title.
Okay. That's
you know what I'm saying? He has, and he already fought Pacquiao 3 times.
Okay.
What's name got 2 titles, so he got that one title, and I want to see if Bradley gonna come get it. You know, I want to see the Porter fight, but I don't think Porter wants to fight him. I know Danny Garcia bitch ass ain't gonna want to fight him. So I mean, the Bradley fight is the most, you know what I'm saying, intriguing fight for me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the best fight he can make.
If you think,
well, we gotta see what the fighters say, because I want to see. I'm interested in hearing what the fighters say what they saw in the fight.
I know. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I know.
I'm curious. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? I know what before, but I would like to.
We coming with him, and we in his corner.
Right.
So, you know.
Right.
Type shit. So you know.
Right.
I ain't expecting.
So, but I want to see. I would like to hear if it changed. You know, to see who could possibly want to fight Errol Spence. But like I say, we'll find out that in a few weeks or whatever, and see who could be a possible opponent for him.
Oh yeah, I mean we know how boxing go. It's the infinite possibilities that could happen. I was just curious to know if y'all had any particular favorites y'all would like to see, because we all know that the guy that we could all come up with 3 motherfuckers and it'd be none of the 3. So I was just trying to see.
Who you want to see him fight?
For me,
you say Spence, and did you say Spence and Thurman, or you just saying? You said Thurman first.
No. I'm saying that I'm expecting Thurman probably not to fight for the rest of the year. And with that being said,
and then come right into the Errol Spence fight, or have a fight before the Errol Spence fight.
Well, I wasn't even talking about who Thurman should fight next, because he's kind of the unknown, because we don't know, the extent of his injury, his rehab, all that shit. So I was just speaking about Spence because
Spence, yeah, that's why I said Lamont Peterson. I thought you were saying for both.
Because he did say that he didn't like having that long of a layoff in the post fight. So I'm thinking if he feels that way, and especially to hold on or to sustain his momentum, he would probably want to fight if he's waiting for Keith Thurman to heal up. And if he was to fight somebody, is there anybody in particular you would like? I mean, because we all know the fight that we would all want to see first. But
Sean Porter. Sean Porter come to mind first.
Okay, Sean Porter. You say Tim Bradley? I would say.
I say Bradley. He say Peterson and Sean Porter. Who do you say?
No, not Peterson. Peterson was for. I thought he was asking about when. Yeah, so Peterson not in the equation. I was saying for Thurman, because then we're gonna ask. He gonna ask the question, Vincent, who you want to see Thurman fight? He's probably not gonna fight Errol Spence directly. I thought he was asking when he come off the layoff, who do you want to see Thurman fight? That's what I thought he was asking. But specifically Errol Spence, who he fight next?
Right.
I would like to see Sean Porter.
Sean Porter. Okay, that's not necessarily a bad choice. You say
Porter
and Bradley.
You still ain't told us who you want to see him fight.
Shit, man. I mean, if
or Jesse Vargas, man. Bradley and Jesse Vargas is a good fight for me.
Man, at this point, he really can fight anybody, because there's still a lot of people left that he hadn't fought. I mean, he fought Chris Algieri and Bondu.
For sure.
And
I think
and knocked off Kell Brook. So he got a lot of possibilities, man, especially with him want to be active.
I know this is a very unlikely scenario, but I would like to see him go unify them titles with Pacquiao. Pacquiao fighting in July? And
right.
But I mean, I know it's probably not it's probably less than likely that he'll turn around and have another fight that soon. So
you want to see him fight? Who you want to see Spence fight?
I said to unify with Pacquiao, but I know that's more highly unlikely than anything else, man. But to be honest, man, the only other dude I would like to see him fight is kind of for my own personal reasons is Danny Garcia. Just so he can get the fuck on out the way. Because I know to me, I believe he's an imposter. And I think that if he could take another
I like the Danny Garcia fight. That's a good one. That's a good one.
You know?
But Pacquiao, I would agree with you on Pacquiao too, but We don't know what Pacquiao trying to do. Is they gonna push Crawford because Crawford? Man, you don't know what Crawford might do.
Oh,
Crawford,
no. Listen, I just said it's highly unlikely. We know Pacquiao was 99.9% not gonna fight Earl Spence. I was just saying my own personal preference, so we know that he ain't.
But I'm saying Crawford.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man, Pacquiao would be a very dangerous fight for Earl Spence, man. On some real, like I mean, like looking at this fight and him, the way Pacquiao throws a lot of punches and bunches at spots, man, that's a dangerous fight, man. You know what I'm saying?
Extremely.
He showed like that's to me. That's probably one of the two champions, Thurman and Pacquiao, is to me the two most dangerous fights for Earl Spence. Like honestly,
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? If you even take away the belts, you know what I'm saying? Fuck the belts. I think those two fights are very dangerous fights. You know what I'm saying? Like because of Pacquiao's style and just Thurman's pedigree. You know what I'm saying? All around. You know what I'm saying? I think them are some dangerous ass fights, man. And so I see. I don't understand why, Pacquiao would even want to avoid it because this is a fight. I mean, the fact is, it's a fight he could potentially win, man. Like for real.
Well, we gotta see what Pacquiao say, man. We gotta give Pacquiao a chance because Pacquiao fought Vargas and he's fought Bradley. I mean, I know we under the impression that he might not, but let's see what the dude say first. Let's see what happens. Who wants to fight Earl Spence? New after looking at it. It might change. And Pacquiao, let's see what happens after Jeff Horn.
I'm gonna think Pacquiao gonna do the same shit he did after Keith Thurman beat Danny Garcia. And Thurman said he wanted to fight him. Pacquiao didn't say anything at all. I want to fight him. I don't want to fight him. Nothing. He didn't say anything. And I think he's probably gonna be the same way with Spence. I think he's just not gonna say nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna take Spence to really doing what Bob Arum and Keith Thurman should do. Tell Al Heyman to call him. And I think Spence is going to tell Al Heyman to call that dude. And we see what happens from there. And maybe Pacquiao might be on some big shit like, hey, I'm on $20 million like he did with the Crawford, or maybe he'll fight him for less. Who knows, But I like to see it too, man. But I just don't think Pacquiao's going to respond to the victory at all.
Oh, I think we all in agreement. I think we all in agreement.
Everybody else
that.
can move out the way, man. We just need Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman needs to go on the hill. You say 9 months, but I heard 6 months.
Who said 9 months?
I heard November.
Oh,
did you say he'll be out for about 9 months?
Who said that?
He said he ain't gonna be able to fight until November.
Did you, Rollo? Did you say?
Nah.
You said November or 9 months?
I didn't say no time. I just said I don't think that he's gonna fight for the rest of the year.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about his return, or I mean, he did say he wanted to fight in November when he was on some telecast, but I mean, we know how that shit go. I mean, the nigga
then
fought.
He also said that he was out, with the surgery, he was out for 6 months. So if you do the math, that's still November. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's still November. Yeah,
that's in November.
That's why I asked you. I was trying to make sure. Did you say November or 9? Because I heard 6 months, which put him in November, which is what he said. I thought you was on par with that. Okay, you said you don't see him fighting at all.
Yeah, I can't.
Him and Spence, if he come back in November, him and Spence probably be fighting early in the beginning of the year. Spence probably have 2 more fights or 1 more fight or whatever the case may be in between now and the Keith Thurman fight. I think we 1 fight away from both of them.
Hopefully. Yeah, man.
Well, everybody been making fights, so I think it's a little bit more than just hopefully, because I think everybody been fighting. I ain't really seen nothing that bad.
I'm not doubtful. I'm not doubtful that eventually it'll happen. I'm just talking about. You said early next year. You know how these motherfuckers like to drag shit out longer than it needs to be, but it's definitely.
Well, I ain't been seeing that too much this year. I ain't been seeing nothing been drug out. 2014, probably, but not this year.
Well, shit.
Al Heyman putting cats up against each other.
No, to a degree, you're right. But let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. So we already know who and when Triple G next fight is. We ain't even heard a mention of Danny Jacobs fighting anybody. I think that's kind of fucked up. I don't know, if the nigga just want to take some time off or whatever. But
see, I don't know what Danny Jacobs want to do. I ain't heard him also talk about returning. He got to keep hearing him talking about you want to rematch with Triple G. I don't.
But we already know what Golovkin want to do. So why in the fuck is he talking about The fight is already booked.
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah,
No,
I don't know the case,
I know.
man.
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's an example of the shit that with some of these fighters that I be talking about. So I'm just saying, hopefully, we get the shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Well, that ain't an example for me because he's saying what he want to do, and that take a long time to fight. But for the people who are engaged, like Earl Spence said, he want to fight. He's been trying to fight. Keith Thurman wants to fight. He's trying to come off the injury. He said November, and that's what I'm going with. So the people that are important that we're talking about, they have said they want to fight, and they've been doing so. The people that are important, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't talking about Jerry Russell Jr. and, you know, other guys. I'm talking about the two guys that we talking about now.
Would you, so, you know, we talked a lot about Spence. Would you be interested at all in watching Kell Brook and Amir Khan? I mean, both of them motherfuckers coming off of back-to-back
No,
L's.
not really, man. I ain't really too. I mean, it could happen.
All right.
It could happen.
That's a fight. That's a fight I still would like to see, but I mean, it's not no. I don't think it's a high-profile fight. I don't think it's a fight where Kell Brook. I mean, not Kell Brook, but I don't think it's a fight where Amir Khan can come in there and demand all this fucking shit when y'all both gotta stop y'all last fights, nigga. Like,
oh no, nigga, we already listen. We know that. You know.
Hey, speaking of,
that's just what happened. That's just what happened. So like I gotta say that too, because at this point, we locked in now for really pretty much Earl Spence and Keith Thurman is pretty much the route that we're going. Everything else is, I mean, it really don't matter now at this point. So these other guys at welterweight can play games all they want to. It doesn't matter because the fucked up part is they got to see one of them three guys, and neither one of them ain't no slouch. They apparently scared of Earl Spence. Now they want to fight Keith Thurman, which that's not a slouch because he pretty much beat most of the division. And then you got Pacquiao, who ain't no slouch. So it's no more room for playing games. I think we're gonna go into a phase where dudes don't even want to be the mandatories no more.
Oh, that's tight.
Shit. I wonder who would be the new IBF mandatory then. It might end up fucking being Sean Porter, you know.
That's a good question.
Now you talking
I was gonna say what we probably need to do is the rankings might not be updated because I know Boxing Rec itself ain't gonna update until probably 9 in the morning. But the IBF rankings, man, you know who. I mean, Bradley's not active right now.
Ain't no telling. Yeah, he been out there. He been out for over a year.
Khan,
he been out for over. No, it'll be a year soon.
He's been out for a year.
Oh yeah, it's been over a year, right?
Somebody like Colado.
Yeah, it could be anybody. You know, we have no idea. It might be fucking David Evanesian or something.
Yeah, it might be.
So right now, so check it out. Right now, what they got is, you know, before the day, they had Brook as a champion, Spence as a number 1. Number 2 was not rated. Number 3 was Carlos Ocampo. I've never heard of him. Number 4 was Louis